The silver price and gold price got absolutely slaughtered today. Now, isn't that appropriate? It is Halloween. Happy Halloween to everyone out there. But what happened today? There are many different opinions as to why the gold and silver price took it on the chin. Silver down over $1 per ounce. Gold down over $40 per ounce. But you want to know why, and I'm going to give you the reasons why. We'll talk about and explore what the experts are saying, and then I'll give you the real reason why at the end of this live stream video. Thank you for being here. Thank you on Halloween and every day for being part of the basement. You're the most important part. It's a big honor when you join us. Please subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, super chat, super thanks, never expected, always appreciated. Now let's dive in. What do you say we start with our favorite subject? My fellow basement dwellers, silver and gold enthusiasts, what's the favorite subject of us precious metal investors to discuss and explore when the price of the metals gets slaughtered? Manipulation. Let's take a look at possibly some proof that there's some manipulation and listen to what a couple of the gurus are saying about potential. You know, the guys and gals at the COMEX and the LBMA, they would never manipulate the price of the metals. We're going to check that out. First, let's go live because we're having such a crazy day, and look at the live price on gold and silver. Okay, gold, $2,745 per ounce. Silver, $32.67. So silver is holding that critical $32.50 level. That is critical that we hold that. Now, tomorrow, guys, we're going to get the big jobs number. We'll talk about that. I'm sorry. Yeah, we'll get the big jobs number tomorrow. We'll talk about that in a second. But let's look at each other. Take a deep breath. Everything is okay. Think about those prices we just talked about. $32.50 for silver. We're above that. Gold, what, $27.40? We're not. The world has not ended. Number one, okay? But let's talk about possible manipulation because there has been some interesting activity in the markets. Jesse Colombo had this to say. The banking cartel smashed silver lower again this morning. Have you noticed this? I've noticed it, and obviously Jesse has as well. This has occurred 6 out of the last 9 trading sessions. The banking cartel is doing everything they can to stop silver from finally thriving. Remember, guys, silver is the enemy of the dollar. The U.S. government, the Federal Reserve in particular, absolutely hates silver. Here, we're going to look at this chart, but I want to show you why and explain to you why. You ever been through a bad breakup? Huh? You ever been through a divorce or a bad breakup? Look, see that? Can you see what that says? That's a $1 bill. No, it's not. It's a silver certificate. Our money used to be backed by silver. They broke up, right? It was a bad divorce between the paper. Now, you know, between the old paper silver certificates and the new dollar, they don't like it. They don't want it to go up. That's a fact. So this thesis that we could be seeing some manipulation is not that far gone, okay? They're not even trying to hide it. Look at this chart that Jesse provides. Hold on, pull it up there. There we go. Morning silver slams. Good morning, silver investors. Are you ready to get the price slammed down? Thanks to your good friends at the COMEX, right? Market manipulation. He's circled in red. These are big slam downs. And 1, 2, count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of the last 9 days. They gave us a little break here, right? And see what happens when they let the free market just take control. But slammy, 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 slammy. In the last 2 days, slammy, slammy. Now, are we going to get hit again tomorrow? We got somebody else who also, a guy who I have the utmost of respect for, who also says that it looks like, and this was in the gold market, maybe, just maybe, there's a little price manipulation going on. But tomorrow morning, we're going to get the all-important, October. Come on, we got to get these months straight. October jobs numbers. Yes, our government, they're amazing. right? In the matter of one day, they're going to be able to calculate how many jobs were created during the month of October. Be prepared. This could be used as cover to slam the price even further. Guys, on a long-term basis, we're fine. We're going to talk more about that later. But they are looking, right? And they want the jobs number to look good tomorrow. Oh, maybe, just maybe because it's a few days. Do you think maybe because it's a few days before an election? And, it's that last chance to make Bidenomics look good, right? Yeah, maybe. Right. So be prepared. It could be ugly duggly tomorrow morning, but nothing is making sense because it's not just manipulation. We got a lot of other reasons that the gurus are pointing towards in terms of why we had today. Maybe it's over, this horrible price action in both gold and silver. But let's go look and see what Dave Kranzler said. Dave Kranzler is an analyst who I have the utmost of respect for. Very smart guy. Here he is on Twitter in Investment Res Dynamics. He's a newsletter writer, but a super great guy. I met him in person. He's the real deal. I've always followed what he says, and he's very insightful. He's next level smart, in my opinion. Now, he says this morning, just for the record, the cliff dive in the price of gold did not happen until the COMEX floor opened at 8:20 a.m. Eastern Time. This is just a continuation of the bank's COT open interest liquidation operation in order to cover their massive paper shorts in gold and silver. When Dave Kranzler says that, you better perk up, right? Because this guy knows what he's talking about. And we know that there was and probably still is a massive short position in gold. We've been hearing things. The short position in gold was historically at super high levels, right? These banks want to get out. They want to cover that short. So just be prepared. Was it manipulation? Is manipulation going on? Remember, there are people who spent their entire careers, decades, proving that the precious metals prices are manipulated on the big paper unicorn fart dust make-believe markets, the COMEX and the LBMA in London, England. So we are not going to rule that out. Oh, and by the way, we might also, what does it tell us when we remember that just a few years ago, some JP Morgan traders were convicted of price manipulation? I think one of them went to jail for 2 years, right? So this manipulation is real. The solid long-term fundamentals for silver and gold remain intact. We are still at war, okay? We still are fighting, and there's no doubt that things are going to continue to get interesting and continue to be surprising. Okay, the other reason people are saying this makes no sense. This makes no sense. But people are saying, I heard several, mainstream analysts today say that the gold and silver price collapsed because interest rates are going up. Okay, I'll agree with that. Interest rates are going up. Let's go take a look. But this makes no sense. We are living in a fantasy unicorn fart dust world. I don't know how else to say it. Because think about this, guys. Let's go look at this chart. This is the 10-year bond yield. This is the yield on the bond, the interest rate on the 10-year bond, which is like the bellwether bond, 3.62% on September 16th. Fast forward to today, right? 6 weeks later, roughly 4.3. So we've gone from 3.6 to 4.3, whatever. That's almost 3/4 of a point increase in the 10-year bond yield. That's massive. Okay. I agree. Interest rates are going up. And we were pointing out that the gold price and the silver price were actually holding up well in this environment. But whoa, basement dwellers. Breaking news. Here's the question, right? Let's go back to that chart. Look at this chart one more time. This is when the Fed lowered interest rates. A surprise. 0.5 point, right? Not a shock, but a surprise 0.5 point decrease in interest rates. Jerome Powell, the United States Federal Reserve, we're lowering interest rates by a 0.5 percentage point. How and why have interest rates, since that occurred right in this area, I think it was on the 19th, so here, right here, right? Why have interest rates gone up? That makes no sense. And to me, shows big trouble, right, in the U.S. financial fiscal system. We know that Janet Yellen, what does it tell us? That Janet Yellen this week was out saying that there's, quote unquote, some fraud in the banking industry, something along those lines. Okay. And then I'm hearing these rumblings that the Treasury said, well, if people aren't going to buy the bonds, we'll just buy them ourselves. I mean, we are living in la la land. So I don't really necessarily agree with the idea that gold and silver went down because interest rates went up. Interest rates have been going up for the last 6 weeks, and gold and silver were continuing to go up. I got the answer for you, and I'm going to give it to you. My opinion, in my opinion only, and I'm going to give it to you at the end of this video. I'll give you another opinion too right now. If you want to buy gold and silver, please support channel sponsor Pembex. These live streams, these videos are not possible without the generous support of our sponsors, including Pembex, P-I-M-B-E-X. It's fun to spell, it's fun to say, but it's even more fun, right? It's Halloween when you're not scared away by things like high prices, because at Pembex, you'll always find ultra competitive pricing. That was supposed to be Frankenstein or whoever. You're going to find great selection. And the absolute most serious thing that you always need to consider is you're going to find a company you can trust. Okay. So I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I will ask you that the next time you're out shopping around for gold, silver, or platinum group metals, do yourself a favor and just consider Pembex. I think you'll find what I found. They do check all the boxes. So that's not it. Nope. It's not the interest rates. Nope. Tomorrow, the big jobs number. Let's talk about that briefly. Okay. Let's talk about that briefly. That will move the markets. That'll be the big market moving news tomorrow. So be prepared. The reason why we don't really care is because it's all a big joke. It's a fallacy. I want to remind you that just recently they revised their numbers for the jobs that they said were created from March of 2023 through March of 2024. They decreased the number by like 800,000 plus, almost 1 million jobs. So when they come out tomorrow and say whatever they say about how great the economy is doing and the jobs, it's all a bunch of BS, okay? It's from the BLS, but we want to take the L out and know and realize that it's all a bunch of BS. Let's go out and take a look at this. Hold on 1 second here, okay? Oh, here. This is breaking news, actually breaking silver and gold news, and it's very peculiar that this is going on, because we just heard from Bob Coleman, the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, right? The guys that own the COMEX. They're hiking margins on gold by 4.5% and silver 4.16%. Futures contracts effective tomorrow. This is the second hike within a week for silver. Now, there's a lot of different opinions on this, but the only reason that somebody said, surprise, surprise. The only time they oftentimes when they raise the margin requirements is because some people say that it's part of the plan that they use to manipulate the price down, right? That they're all working in concert with one another, okay? This guy says here, this time the rally happens. Too desperate. A lot of buying because of this will happen. So some people think this could be good for silver and gold. I don't know. But that is interesting news that the Chicago Mercantile Exchange now has decided to hike the rates. Let's see what the Silver Hermit has to say about this action today. There's his chart. Taking a beating, we lost the $33.50 level, which acted as horizontal support the past 2 weeks, and is therefore headed to retest its breakout level, which is around 32.50. Certain analysts believe it's 32.50. Silver Hermit believes and has put the breakout level at $32. So as far as I'm concerned, it can fall another $0.50 and still be okay. Don't get too depressed, folks. This is Typical silver behavior. And if we look at his chart and we see the blue line there, that's the $32 line, right? We're still above that. Here's 32.50. We're still above that. Everything is going to be okay. And you want some more good silver news? What the heck? This is interesting. This is very interesting. And it has to do with the silver price. And it has to do with one of our favorite basement subjects, the cup and handle pattern. Let's go take a look at this. This comes from the Jerusalem Post. This is an article they had about the epic silver's 44-year cup and handle, the largest bullish formation ever seen. Silver's historic cup and handle pattern, one of the largest ever seen, signals a potential price surge. Renowned experts predict a massive breakout. And this, what I found was interesting on this chart is, if I'm reading this correctly, this is a yearly chart. So each one of these bars on this chart represents 1 year. And typically when we see the cup and handle for silver, it's more on a weekly basis or a monthly basis. And the handle has yet to break out. But when you draw it here on an annual basis, right, here's the cup, here's the handle. Again, one of the most powerful and most reliable long-term charting patterns out there. And the longer the period of time that the cup and handle's developed over, the more accurate and predictable is the move, right? Still no guarantees. Don't make any financial decisions based on anything I'm showing you. We all know anything can happen, but anyone who looks at charts for anything will tell you the cup and handle is like one of the go-to charts, one of the most reliable. And again, I want to emphasize this. On the bottom here, right, you see the starts in 1980, obviously, and the other end of the cup's on 2011. Then the handle brings us up to present. This is a 45-year, 44-year period. When we look at it, what's interesting, again, is on an annual basis, we are very, very near the breakout level, right? So obviously on an annual basis, we won't get the next bar until the end of the year. But guys, we are in new territory for gold and silver. We are in new air, new water, a new weather pattern, a new paradigm, however you want to say it, right? The fact that we've gone up to these levels and now we're pulling back, we're going to continue to go up and up and up. Now, that's my opinion, right? You know, I steadfastly hold that we're going to get $44 silver by Christmas. And I base that off a number of different factors. I base that off of technical analysis of the charts. I base that off of fundamental reasons that are occurring in the world that are affecting silver, all of them affecting the silver price in different ways. And when I add them all together and I put them into the supercomputer, the number that comes out is $44 per ounce silver. And I went out on a limb and said, and I still will stand by the fact that I believe that we could see $44 silver by Christmas. What else are we getting here, right? Okay, the economics. Some people are saying good economic data. Good economic data is the reason why I can't say that without laughing. Good Bidenomic data. Good economic data is the reason why gold and silver got smashed today. Suddenly today, the economy's cured. Everything's better. Oh, except Intel, after the bell said that they're going to lay off another 10,000, 15, 20,000 people. And that's serious. Those are high paying jobs. We know Boeing laid off massive numbers, thousands of people. These are high paying jobs with good benefits. Okay. Good jobs are what are getting laid off. So are we going to believe it? Again, tomorrow we get the jobless claims. I can't believe that this okay, we got 100. I'm going to squeeze the bear's foot. Let me make sure you guys can hear it. It is Halloween. Okay. I'm getting text from Suzanne, our Silver Susie. Hold on, guys. See what she's saying. She says, don't read that. Suzanne. Okay. Hold on. We got 100 thumbs up, man. We got 400 people. at a Snap live stream. Where did I put the Boo Bear? Oh, there it is. Oh, I'm supposed. Okay, the foot. I see. All right. Happy. Oh, there it is. Happy Halloween. This is what it feels like to be invested in the silver market today. Okay, enough of that. So that's the. Now let's go. We need to go check on what is happening with interest rate. This doesn't make any sense, guys. We're going to go out to the CME Fed Watch tool. All right, we're going to hear from the Fed here in 6 days, 18 hours from now. It'll be a couple days after the election. And, you would think with all this great economic news and interest rates going up and up and up, that the market would be not expecting a rate cut any longer. And that'll be, again, about, I think, exactly a week from, is that a week? I guess I could figure. Yeah, a week from today is when we're going to hear from the Fed. But no, right? There's a 95.2% chance still that we're going to get a rate cut. Here's our current rate here. Just so you guys know how to read this, all you do is go to CME Fed Watch, and up here is the current rate that the Fed has set. 4.75 to 5.0, 475 to 500. Go down here and you can see there's a chance, a 95% chance that they're going to cut that rate down to this range, 450 to 475, which is 4.5 to 4.75. There's a very small chance, and that's actually gotten smaller because recently it was like 5.5, 6%, that they will leave rates stagnant where they are. See, that's the same number as that. So this doesn't make sense that people are saying, oh, interest rates are going up. And then at the same time, the Fed is cutting rates. Wait, does that make sense? That doesn't compute, Eisenhower. That doesn't compute. I'm tempted to get Jerome out. If you guys want me to get Jerome out, leave a comment, Susie. Hey, there's Coin Shop Chris. Hey, guys, you know what? Let me say something about Coin Shop Chris. He has his own channel now. Yes, the Coin Shop Chris YouTube channel. Once I said website and he got all mad at me. Anyway, Coin Shop Chris is a longtime friend of the channel. He's the king of junk silver for one thing, but he talks about a lot more. And he does it in a way that only Coin Shop Chris can deliver. Right. And his channel is blowing up, like, one of the hottest channels in the silver and gold sector. So do yourself a favor, not now. I'm only going to stay on this about another 10 minutes. Go out and when we're done and type in Coin Shop Chris into your YouTube search bar, watch a couple of his videos, and then I know that you're going to want to subscribe. Good to see you there, Coin Shop Chris. Thank you for being here. Snake Bites here. Who else? Annie Oakley, the one and only. Gomer. Yeah, let's get him out. This guy is not making sense. Okay, this is not making sense. That's his only game in town, right? Printing his paper money, his toilet paper money. It's not making sense, but I'll tell you why it's not making sense. It's not making sense because of one darn thing. And I promised myself I wouldn't do this. You ever do that? Like you promise yourself that you won't do something, but then you do it anyway. But we're going to go do it because it's like therapy for us. Silver and gold. You need some therapy. You need some psychological help. You're in the right place. You don't want to get that from me. Consider the source. This is why it's not making sense, guys. This is why interest rates are going up, because nobody wants to buy the United States debt, because we got $36 trillion in debt, because we're paying almost $1 trillion a year in interest, and we're spending $2 trillion a year more than we bring in. This is why nothing makes sense. This is why you really don't have to worry about, you know what? You don't have to worry about the silver and gold price. No, think out a year from now. A year from now, Halloween, I said this earlier, I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about, oh gosh, Halloween 2025, another slaughter in the silver price. We're down $1. We dropped from $56 to $55, or from 48 to 47. I don't care. Make up a number, but I think it's going to be a lot higher. We'll see. I've often been wrong, right? But I think I'll be right. I bet Halloween next year, we're going to be talking about much, much higher silver and gold prices. Remember a year ago? Listen. 1 year ago, we sat down here on Halloween. You remember, maybe you weren't here. If you weren't, we're glad you're here. All these new people joining us. It's crazy the number of new people that are getting into silver and gold stacking. But nonetheless, please subscribe. That was wrong. I already asked you to subscribe. I apologize. 1 year ago, we were sitting down here on Halloween night, and you know what was really spooky? We were talking about $23 silver. Yes, right? Today, we're sitting down here almost at $33 silver. Next year, we're going to be sitting down here talking about $43 silver, right? And I joke around and, we're having fun. This is not just about charts and bars. And guys, I'm not just blowing that hot air to make you feel good. That's real, man. I mean, honestly, we could be sitting down here Halloween next year talking about $73 silver or even higher. Okay. I believe that. Okay. If you don't like that, that's okay. You don't have to agree with me. Okay. You can leave a comment. You can send me emails telling me I'm a pumper and I'm only saying that because I'm sponsored. No, I said that long before. I believe we're going to see, we talked about earlier today, $48,000 gold price. Okay. I believe it. Sorry. You don't have to believe it. All right. What happened? I'm going to tell you what happened. I'm going to tell you why the gold and silver price are going down. Okay. In just 1 second. First, I do want to say thank you to channel sponsor, First Mining Gold. Now, if you want to get gold in the ground in Canada, they're a development stage gold mining company in Canada. It means they're in the process of working on getting permits. The gold's been found. It's in the ground. It's in Canada. They have 2 multi-million ounce projects, First Mining Gold. Also, I want to say thank you to Fortuna Mining. Now, they're an actual mining company. They mine silver and gold in Latin America, and they mine gold in a ever-expanding operations in West Africa. You can learn about both of those companies at their respective websites. Okay. The world is ending. Well, Jamie Dimon. Why do you think Jamie Dimon said we're already in World War III? He said that recently. World War III. I'm not saying it. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just reporting the news from my basement. But when Jamie Dimon says World War III, our ears better perk up because that could impact definitely. In times of war, gold and silver become even more valuable. If we really are at World War, you know how Jamie Dimon talks, just be yourself. Anyway, World War III. Okay, that's what he said. Now, let's go look at this. Oh, shoot, I don't have it pulled up yet. Well, we're going to go on a field trip. Did we already go to the U.S. debt clock? Yeah, we did. Look at this. I was just perusing, and I saw these headlines. We're going to go to Zero Hedge. Goldman says physical demand has reset gold prices. I love Goldman. See, right? The first 4 letters. That's the only thing I like about Goldman Sachs. I just made that up. Oh, boy. Okay, here we go. Wait, now this is how the world is ending. All right, hold on. Mainstream. Did you see President Donald Trump was our ex-president was I thought that was great. He got picked up in his plane in a cool trash truck, and then he wore that vest. I really thought that was clever. Are you ready? Oh boy, I mean that's not it. That's not it. China weaponizes the supply chains. Okay. Oh geez, that's not even it. Okay, here we go. This one. North Korea test launches an intercontinental ballistic missile capable of hitting the United States with a record-setting flight. The Pentagon says it stands ready to back South Korea with nuclear weapons. Oh my gosh. Okay, no, we're not. North Korea also, look, I'm not trying to scare you, okay? If you're like me, you're already scared, okay? But North Korea apparently has troops fighting in Russia as well. This is all, we don't want this stuff to be happening, okay? We don't want this to be happening. We're not pro-war, but it is very important as gold and silver investors that we pay attention to these developments, because guys, when wars break out, that's a time when you want to be holding physical silver, physical gold, okay? Or maybe be in mining stocks. Now, but there's more. But wait, there's more. There is more, and they're always trying to sell me those rounds, which I'm personally not interested in. Where is it? Here. This is big news. Iran readies major retaliatory strike from Iraq, okay, in coming days. That's Israeli officials are saying that Iran is going to attack Israel from Iraq. Oh my gosh. And it's all happening right before what is probably, I don't even want to go. Well, we got to go now. We can't unsee what we saw. So let's go back and let's look at this article that I know you guys all saw. We don't want to see this, the other major situation going on right now. And I'm not saying this is going to happen, but here we go. Are you ready for post-election violence if and when Trump wins? This article's a Reuters Harris poll taken this spring found that 70% of Americans were worried about post-election violence, including 65% of Republicans. Man. So yeah, we got the big election coming up. I'll tell you how the big election is going to affect the gold and silver price. Okay. And I'll tell you really the reason why gold and silver went down. We're going to get it all. Get ready. This is the big news. This is the grand finale. Okay. The grand finale. So when it comes to the election, right, if one of the candidates wins by a landslide, okay, it's going to be bad for the silver and gold price. If Trump wins by a landslide, it could likely, we're gonna be, and I know a lot of silver and gold investors are ex-President Donald Trump supporters. This is not a political show. I'm just telling you what I'm hearing from very reliable sources, that we will likely see a downdraft in the gold price and silver price. If Kamala Harris wins, we will and they sweep, that we will probably would see the price of gold and silver go up. The other option, which I don't know how you feel about this, but personally, I can't see either one of the two candidates walking away easily. It seems like there's going to be a big contention. What do they call that? A protest, or they're going to say the election. They're going to contest. Big word for Ronnie here in the basement. They're going to contest the election. And if it's contested and there's an uncertainty, that could be very supportive for the silver and gold price. No doubt about it. Okay. So we're going to be keeping a close eye on that. The final thing, my opinion, I'll tell you why I think the gold price and silver price went down today. Sure, there was some manipulation. Sure, yes, interest rates have been going up, right? I don't think that was the main driver. I don't think that manipulation was necessarily the main driver. Hold on one second. The main driver as to why the prices really got slaughtered today is fear. People are scared. Okay. We had a big run up in the metals prices. Big run up in the mining stock prices. No doubt about it. People are freaking out. People are scared, right? They're scared about what's going to happen with the election. They're scared about what's going to happen with the economy. But the election is probably the biggest driver. Do you feel it? I feel it. I feel like there's like a lot of simmering anger right underneath the surface on both sides of the aisle, right? And a lot of fear. Like people are invested in this thing, how this turns out. Like it's like I've never seen in my lifetime. I'm 54 years old, and I try to take it as like a third party observer, but people are really invested, whether they're left leaning or right leaning. And there's a lot of, I think, fear, number one, as to what if my candidate doesn't win? And number two, what happens if my candidate does win? What's going to happen to our country? I think everybody knows, right? Like, no matter who wins or loses, whatever, that everybody in some ways is going to lose, because we got a country that's divided, right? and a country that's got pretty strong polarization and vile feelings towards the other side. I don't just mean like dislike. I mean like vile, like immature. I'm sorry, and I'm not calling you or anybody else immature, but it's a scary situation. I won't go on, but that's why people are scared. People are freaking out. People are selling what, things and probably converting to cash. And I think especially with silver, right? Silver is a widow maker, baby. It moves big, and had moved big, right? And the people are like, you know what? I'm going to get out. I'm just going to wait and see what happens. I'm going to wait and see what happens. I'm going to wait and see what happens. Now think about this. That could actually work in our favor, in particular as silver investors, because once things settle down, and they will eventually settle down, okay? Might take a while. Unfortunately, that's actually nothing to laugh about. But when they do settle down, we could get a wave of people saying, I got to get back into silver, because, guys, the fundamental supporting factors behind silver have not changed, okay? I mean, think about India. Think about China. Think about the amount of silver those countries are importing. Think about the fact that their economies are growing and expanding. And these people in their industry, it's not just their industry, it's their people are sucking in all the gold and silver. Tim Zub, right? One of us great basement dwellers sent me an email today. He's like, he was mad, and I get it. Everybody's mad about what happened to gold and silver. He said, I hope that India, China, and Russia turn on their big vacuum cleaners and suck in all this gold, because right? People in China on the Shanghai, I only emphasize the high Shanghai gold exchange, because the price is always much higher in the silver market, the physical market. They're going to be sucking it in. They're going to be sucking it in, right? Don't worry, Timothy. It's going to happen, my friend, right? It's probably happening right now whenever the Shanghai Gold Exchange opens. I'm like, hey, we'll buy it. We'll take it. They're already buying the big picture for silver and gold are intact. That's my opinion. I know, I get it. Look, there's a couple things I do when I first wake up in the morning. Of course, one of the first is I think of my lovely wife, Susie, and how lucky I am to be married to her. But shortly thereafter, I go to check the silver and gold price. It kind of sets the tone for the day. I don't know if you're that way, right? So bad days stink. But, right, we got to look at this over a long-term basis. I'll say it one more time. Halloween last year, we were talking about $23 silver. This year, right, we're talking about a silver part, $22 silver. We're talking about a silver price that's $10 higher. Where was gold? It was below 2,000 a year ago. It's all good, guys. People are scared. People are freaking out. I think I covered everything. Thank you for being here. Happy Halloween. My live stream schedule is going to be goofy and interrupted. We got some family events to go to and take care of over the next several days, but I'm going to do my best to get on here and connect with you guys. Thank you to Annie Oakley, the one and only, right, for moderating, helping moderate. Big Tim, the Silvershire. Of course, Jake from Jake's Custom Parts. Coin Shop Chris was on here. Susie from Susie's House. Who else do we see? Happy Halloween. Let's see if we can fill the comment section with Happy Halloween. Happy, I can't spell it, Halloween. All right. There we go. Oh, yep, there we go. Thank you, guys. Okay. I'll see you soon. Take care of yourself. Be nice to yourself. And hey, see you, Chris. See you, Coin Shop Chris. See you, Annie Oakley. I'll see you guys. Thank you.